it's Jo here and John.
Hi there.
So I am here at my second deal, live deal that I've got going through on my hotspot strategy. So just to recap, what I'm doing is I'm identifying areas of high demand, postcodes that have got really high demand and have not yet reached saturation, and have got a long way to go in terms of capital appreciation. And this second deal is 200 miles away from the other one. I've just been there this morning, and I've just been on site here to have a look at the deal. It's really going really well. Hopefully going to go to snagging next week. Bill's been working really hard, but John just came on site just to have a look around and just to chat about what we've been up to. So I thought we'd do a little video about what the hotspot strategy is and why this particular deal has worked well. Do you want to talk a little bit?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm always ready to talk. This is awesome, this house. It just shows the methodology and what we do with hotspot areas in reality. Purchased above asking price?
Yeah, so what I did was my assistant, I've set up a system where she goes and finds me deals online. So she's based out in the Philippines. She follows a process and looks on the open market. This particular deal came on, and within within a few hours of it being listed, she sent it to me. She'd already run the due diligence. There's some deal breakers, like 6 questions that she has to satisfy, and then it goes through to stage 2, deal analysis. And once it passes those markers, then it comes through to me. And I was able to say very quickly, yes, it's a good deal, let's go and view it. So from that point, John, you came and viewed it for me, didn't you? Normally
I did. I don't live too far from here, so that was I was more than happy to help.
Normally it's a virtual viewing that I have. The estate agent's always happy to do that. But in this instance, you came, and within the day, I offered over asking price because I knew it was good. And there was 2 people in the running, me and another limited company actually, and went to sealed bids within 1 day. Now, if you're in the southeast, that's totally, you've never heard of that before, because sealed bids usually happen 2 weeks after, because they have an open day, and at the end of the open day, you all go to sealed bids. But here it was within 1 day. And what I talked about in the blog was that's one of my key learnings, is that in outside of the south of England, the market moves much more quickly. Estate agents sell cheaper property, and the commission that they get is much lower proportional to people estate agents in the south, and so their churn is much higher. They need to achieve higher sales. So that was a big learning.
And this property was only listed on 1 portal. It wasn't listed on all 3, and it's important that you check all 3 portals, and it's also important that you understand the area that you're investing in. This area at the time hadn't seen huge amounts of growth, but we could see that the demand was starting to really climb in this area. And from the processes that we've talked about and we've worked on in relation to hotspots, we were able to identify this is an area with a high probability of high asset appreciation, so that values were going to go up anyway, and also that the rental market was going to appreciate as well. So at the point at which you bought it in April, we had done this analysis, and at the point where we're recording this video in December, most of that growth has been realised, getting on for 30% in a year, less than a year. So in the time it's taken to acquire and then come close to finishing the refurbishment, most of the work is done to help to get all your money back out. That initial deposit, that initial money you put in at the start, can then come back out. And that's the beauty of the hotspot strategy, is we learn areas where the market will work for us and add value to what we're already doing. So it is a lot harder nowadays than it used to be to find deals that stack, to find deals where you can get more of or almost all of your money back out. And some people even say you can't do it. Well, this is a living embodiment of you being able to do it. This is one of those properties. And again, this wasn't through some catchy direct-to-vendor process. This was on the open market. So fair play to you, Jo. I think you're going to absolutely blast it out of the park with this one, and you can too by following the hotspot strategy. The hotspot strategy really works in the current market, and you really do need to educate yourself on it.
Yeah, good. All right, so thank you so much for listening if you got through till this. Get in touch if you want to know more about this particular deal or the strategy. Always happy to chat.